I'm curious about, the times in the early 2000s when you guys, you were probably at the peak of whatever you were doing on All My Children, right? And you were obviously, your shirt was off a lot, and that was something that became kind of synonymous with you. And like ABC Data, that was like right before I came on, and it seemed like I came on at kind of towards the end of all the really fun stuff that you guys got to do.
Was that fun? Was it really fun stuff? I mean, I was going to apologize to you, man. I was going to be like, you know what, dude, I'm so sorry you came into all that. I really, you must have been like, I've been dropped into this like tornado of ridiculousness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing was, the expectations for me was that I never had to participate in the world that you two were in. Yeah, that was probably a really fun time.
Yeah,
right?
It was a great time for ABC daytime. I thought it was.
And Steve,
I thought it was.
Steve, you owe him some gratitude because he took his shirt off so much. People didn't ask you to do it as much.
Listen, this guy's honestly, the shape this dude was in was phenomenal. Like if you did not see this cat back then, go Google it. This was ridiculous. He inspired a lot of people for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Like truthfully, it was like a real kind of fun time for all of daytime television. And yeah, it's true. I did take my shirt off at events and on the show and all that kind of stuff. Steve, I know you did too. But I was only doing it also, like Steve's pointing out, I happened to be in really good aesthetic shape at the time. But I wasn't shy about it. And it seemed to really kind of make people kind of laugh and scream and have a good time. I just kind of got caught up in it. And was it too much? Maybe.
Yeah. But hey, man, listen, that's the medium. I mean, we're in that medium and we were in that medium. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it was really when I first got here, I had just literally started working out kind of in my late teens, early 20s. I got here at 21. And then, Antonio Sabato came.
Oh, geez.
Right. So then I'm like, oh crap. I better get my ass to the gym.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, here we go. And that's how it really that's how it really started for me. Like, because we knew that was part of the medium. I mean, it is kind of part of it now, but the young guys now don't care. So, I mean,
yeah, it seems like, from what I've seen, you're right. It's not to the extent that it was for sure, but I don't know if Steve knows that because he's actually more jacked and in better shape and it's like than he's ever been in his whole life. I mean,
I'm trying right now, dude. I'm trying.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. It's really, really remarkable. Like as I've gotten older, it's just so much harder, and not just normal stuff. Like as you get older, there's just, your hormones kind of shift.
I know, dude.
Like you got to monitor your blood glucose to make sure you're doing, it's just hard to be able to do what Steve's doing. Not at this age, we're about the same age. I'm a little older, but it's like, it's pretty remarkable, man. It's really crazy. I couldn't do it.
Thank you.
Was it just your metabolism? Obviously it was hard work, but like back when, were you living like a nun or like,
are you asking if I was on drugs?
No, we're asking what you were eating.
No. Yeah. Basically what you're eating. Like, kidding, man. Because,
it's kind of weird because what happened was I was always like an athletic guy, but never kind of ripped it. Never that guy ever. I played college basketball, all of that. And I was never lean at all. They called me, my nickname on the college basketball team was Grover, because I had a little pot belly and skinny arms and skinny legs. That's true. It's 100% true. No.
I'm surprised that no one has ever called me that. Truthfully.
Yeah. Well, get ready, because now if you keep this in the show, they're going to start. Damn. No, and then for 54 for that movie, I auditioned, and the audition went well. But he asked me. He said, "Listen, man, the bartenders at this time, they were doing a lot of like drugs, and they were really, really lean, and they were like shredded lean. And so if you could lose a little bit of weight before the part starts." And I started the Atkins diet. I did like a super low carb diet, which completely changed.
Everything.
So for whatever reason, my genetic makeup does extremely well low
Mhm.
carb like that. All of a sudden, I had more
interesting.
energy. I was shredded. I could literally see veins coming up like it was crazy. And that was it was in a month. Like it was a big change. And so
That's
off and
awesome.
on, I would do that. When I got in my best shape, I was always on a very lower carbohydrate diet.
Yeah.
Because I imagine once you started getting known for that, I'm sure that then you felt like pressure to keep that up, or maybe like the show was writing it all the time. So you're like,
For
oh,
sure.
crap, I got it. And would they ever give you notice for that, or do they just assume you were ready to take it off at any point?
They always assumed I was ready. They thought it was, I mean, I think a lot of people, they always just assume, man. I would read it and I was like, oh man, I got like 5 days. And the trick was I never read my scripts the day I got them. You get them, you know what I'm saying? I would always read them like, I don't know. I can't even remember, but a few days before. And you're like, oh man, this is coming.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel